Alrighty, welcome. If you're just joining, we are getting ready to start the final round of the Nebraska State Esports Association Rocket League Division 1 game. That's a mouthful. I'm Brody Schofield, or OG Baba, and I'm joined by...
My name's Taylor, and my gamer tag is TayCJ2002.
There we go. So in this final game, we are going to be having Grand Island Northwest, or GINW, facing off against Skutt. We're going to see what it looks like. We just got the all good.
That's not good.
Well, yeah, that's not
Hey,
great.
can you go and plug in our camera for us, please?
Looks like they're getting it done there.
Sweet, thank you. It's perfect.
We appreciate you. All right.
Perfect.
Got the thumbs up there too. So
Brody,
everything is all good.
After seeing the last game, seeing Skutt take it, who do you think's gonna win this next game?
Well, you know me. I am a rooter for the underdog. We just watched Skutt, and they are technically lower on the bracket, but when I look at their matchups and their ranks, we see Grand Island Northwest, their player lineup of Evan Kirk at Champ 3, Brady Cornelius at Champ 3, and Cortland Shear at Plat 3. Compared to the opposition, which is going to be Skutt, with Mitch Krupa at Champ 1, Joseph Sotko at Grand Champ 2, and Kyle Stopak at Champ 1. It's interesting that Grand Island Northwest has Frosty in as a Plat 3 when they have a sub, Raccoon, who's a Champ 1. I'll be interested to see what that looks like.
Why do you think they did that, Brody?
I don't know. Rocket League can be volatile. Sometimes it's just down to who is playing better that week. We're going to be transitioning to the game here.
And it looks like the players are joining in too.
That's right.
So let's get into it.
Perfect. Here we go.
I don't think you really ever answer the question. So who do you think is actually going to win this game, Brody?
You're right. I think I'm going to go for Grand Island Northwest. Nothing against your stomping grounds, man. I know you kind of talked about it.
Hazard did just score.
That is
a nice goal.
That's true. That's tough to go against, but still, I'm saying Grand Island Northwest. Are you still thinking Skutt?
I am still thinking Skutt.
There you go.
Seeing the last game, seeing
wow.
Mystic? Seeing Mystic, just being able to capitalize on half of his goals, just being able to make his shots, and seeing his other players being able to follow up and help him out.
Absolutely. Skutt had an incredible performance in the last series. But as we're told by our co-host to the side of us at CUNE Esports, Grand Island Northwest had a pretty spectacular game. At one point, they said Nova for Grand Island Northwest had 7 goals in one game.
That's insane, especially at this level.
Oh yeah, pretty spectacular. GINW Frosty moving up. And that's going to be the first goal for Grand Island Northwest. Let's watch the replay and see what happened here. It's off the wall, kind of hard to read what's going to happen. And over in the corner, we see
right under him too.
Yeah, we see that somebody was going up to contest it. They didn't expect the ball to drop so fast, and they're kind of left hanging in midair. Oh. Was that a fake kickoff, or did it just not go their way? Hard to tell, and that's going to drop down right in front of goal. And Skutt is able to clear that just out of the way. Titanium White Octane there. It's a white collar event too. Titanium White Dominus.
Do they all have titanium white cars?
No, Hazard does not have a titanium white Fennec, although I do have one I could trade to him if he's interested.
Can match his team.
That's right. And some good pass plays here, some little contests back and forth. Looks like Hazard passes the ball midfield for Blues to try to take a shot on. One thing that's different is we haven't really seen too much from Mystic this game, which is surprising because in the last series, he was one of the key players, one of the deciding factors in what occurred. Blues looks a little uncomfortable. There's Mystic with a shot on goal, but a great save by Nova, Nova. Nova tries to get like a pre-flip redirect in there, but doesn't quite connect. And there's an attempted pass.
The
No
wide open
such
goal,
luck. And yeah,
Laws was able to capitalize on that goal.
looks like a double commit there. Laws. Or is that for Skutt?
What are you saying?
Who's Laws for?
Laws is for Grand Island Northwest.
Interesting. I don't see him, but maybe he's playing under a different username.
Yeah, he is not on a roster. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And Mystic with a goal to tie it up as well.
There it is. The answer right there, immediate almost. You know, GINW probably felt pretty good after that goal, but Mystic says, no, sir. We're still in this. We're not going anywhere. Kickoff is won by GINW, and
you know, one thing that we're not
Frosty
seeing
is up, trying to get a little tap in, but is not able to commit with it.
And you know, one thing that we were seeing from Skutt last game is that after they would win the kickoffs, they would follow like really quickly up to it and keep the pressure on, but we're not really seeing that this game, so.
No, not at all. Maybe they're thinking, all right, this is the finals, let's play a little more carefully, but that kind of a mentality can really hurt you in a competition like this. And another triple commit in the midfield, leaving their goal wide open and just juking through everyone. Nova with an incredible air dribble.
Dude,
Jukes
what a shot.
the entire team and puts it in. Wow. Spectacular play. And that was a player that our codecasters told us to watch out for here. That 7 goal in 1 game performance, they said, keep an eye on him, and I can see why. You know, there's something to be said for Dominus mains. As an Octane player myself, I can't relate, but after seeing that, I'm sure it's true. Mystic with an air dribble here puts it in the corner, saying, hey, Nova, I have a few tricks up my sleeve too. And Nova answers with what is nearly a goal. A great save by Mystic there. A shot by Laws, and Mystic is able to just tap it against the side post.
He's able to take the ceiling shot and just hits it right off the backboard.
Yeah, Hazard with a great shot there. You know, we saw one ceiling shot in Division 2, and in Division 1, all the players are a little higher ranked, and I think it shows that they're a little more mechanically comfortable. So Hazard with a little bit of an awkward pass there, but it does come down to his teammate, and the net is wide open. Blues is able to just tap that in, catch it, and let it drop in. Oh, yeah.
And as the game winds down and the clock comes to 0, you just see all the pressure come down on them.
A side note, that's not really important to the game at all, but there are 4 threes on the clock right now, which is kind of cool.
Nice.
A great save there. Doesn't get credit for it from Psionic or Epic Games, I suppose, now, but what would have likely resulted in a goal is stopped there by Mystic. And the ball is now on GINW's side of the field. The goal is almost wide open. Hazard tries to make a play on it, is unable to. Mystic centers, but his teammates aren't there. Looks like we're going to be going to overtime unless something happens here in the last second, which is always possible. Nope, that's going to be it.
And yeah, even with these higher ranks, they're able to keep the ball up even more. So those last-minute goals are always a chance in these higher ranks.
That's right. Those aerial contests and the aerial car control and just battles that we're able to see at this kind of a rank are pretty inspirational to Diamond players such as ourselves. There, Laws is following a ball that he passed off the wall, and it is just going crazy. Nova tries to get a shot on goal, and it does go the right angle, but it is not quite enough. Nova already rotated in the backfield, moving across his field like he's on ice skates. Crazy.
And one thing that you see with Hypernova is he's keeping the pressure on. So
That's right. Law's great save there. Mystic had an air dribble trying to connect. Maybe pump his team up a little bit as they're in overtime. Tension can be high. An air dribble goal can give a lot of momentum going into the next match. Right now, you have to think GINW is feeling the pressure as it's match point.
say that again.
It's match point. Oh, no, it's not. Never mind. That was the last series I was thinking
this
of.
is the first game.
This is the first game. Wow.
And is he able to take?
No, Blues with an incredible save there. Laws tries to pass it center, but it is stopped by Mystic, I believe. Hey Nova puts it against the back wall. Mystic again with that backboard defense, not letting them have any backboard passes, keeping them away from it, and nobody's able to contest it. Oh, Mystic just goes a little bit high. And Laws is able to hit the ball away, controlling his car, trying to keep the position of the ball, but he is bumped. Hazard gets the ball up, tries to predict where the ball is going to go, but ends up missing. And then Laws has an incredible pass, but nothing comes out of it yet. Hey Nova puts the ball center, where his teammate Laws is looking to counter, but not able to make anything happen there. An incredible attempt and another great shot, but we see a double commit there. Nothing is happening right now. Well, a lot is happening, but nothing goal-wise is happening. Ball centers in front of goal, and it looks like Skutt is going to gain control. Another air dribble. Oh, wow. Wow. That's incredible. Frosty puts the ball over the net.
And a little miscommunication between
And double commit on that, yeah. Yeah, and those backboard, you know, when the ball hits just above the backboard, just above the net, you know, that puts the players in an uncomfortable position, knowing that I have to save this, or one, is either going to go into the goal, or two, it's going to be a great pass for one of their teammates to pick up on, so I need to get a hand on that. Mystic had a air dribble, but was not able to connect it to the net, and the ball is centered. Looks like Laws tried to do something there, but not able to. The net is wide open, and wow.
And one thing that I just noticed from Hypernova, he went for the boost on the left-hand side, but
wow, the game ended in an own goal.
Yep.
Interesting. Unfortunate, but mistakes happen, and you know, it's tough when you're in that position, especially when you're.
It definitely is, yeah.
Yeah. Nothing he really did wrong. He was rotating on the inside wall. I suppose maybe he could have rotated far wide and kept away from the ball there, but it's hard to predict that the ball is going to roll up the wall right where you are, so.
And now on to game 2.
That's right. GINW Frosty. Mystic hits it corner in GINW's backfield. Keeps it there. Probably making GINW just a little bit uncomfortable. And they're probably already feeling the nerves after that last round. You know, we kind of touched on it. You can't blame yourself for an own goal in these kind of situations, especially in the circumstances that was in. But it's hard not to, you know. So he's probably feeling some pressure already. And, oh, almost an opportunity there. Ooh, what a save by Frosty. And another incredible touch by Mystic, keeping the ball out of danger's way. And that's an open net. Yep. just like last time we saw, like you were talking about, a rotation to get boost, a
And with
ground
a
pinch, and there's a goal.
How would you take something like that? How would you handle a ground pinch like that coming up so quickly?
Um, it's going to come down to that idea of rotation, you know, making sure somebody's back, and that's unfortunate because, you know, they thought, hey, the ball is in the opposition's, what's it called,
In the air?
backfield. So, you know, we don't need to worry about this. They bring it up the wall. He's thinking, I still have some time. It's hard to get an aerial off-the-wall shot from there. And he says, no, I'm going to ground pinch this. So I don't know if there is a lot you can do to defend that. Just making sure that you don't give him so much room and so much free time with the ball, with that much boost. Making sure you're a little more conservative with your move there. Some great passes here. Laws with a half flip, puts it up against the wall. And Mystic predicts where that's going to go and puts it into the goal. Wow. A great prediction. Being able to read plays is something that comes with experience, and Mystic did it beautifully there with a ceiling touch 50-50.
And Skutt Catholic being able to keep that pressure right off the beginning, and Mystic with the shot. Looks like Hypernova is taking it down the field, putting a center into the, and just wasn't able to put it in.
Ooh, yeah. Hazard there with a good 50-50, but unfortunately it was a good contest by the other team, so nothing's going to come off of it. Mystic.
Mystic with the hat trick too. That's his third
That's
goal
his
with
third
5 shots.
goal. Yeah. Mystic is kind of dominating this match, which is
and that's something that we noticed in
their first series.
In the first series, yeah, he was able to get a hat trick in that series, and he's able to get a hat trick in this series too. And was that a double commit right off the kickoff?
It
too?
was. I'm unable to tell if that was on purpose, maybe trying for a pinch, or what exactly was going on.
And Mystic with a fourth goal.
Yeah. You know, Nova's put into an awkward situation. Both of his teammates commit, and he's in a bad position for the save. He taps it away, but just like he's patty caking, it can't really get enough power to put it to either side. And Mystic is going to capitalize that 100% of the time. Mystic heard about Hey Nova's 7-goal performance, and he thinks, hey, I can probably do something like that. And, oh, wow. Hey Nova takes that ball away. I thought for sure that Skutt was going to come away with that. A great save there. You know, there wasn't a ton of pressure, but definitely the nerves, the anticipation of something potentially coming out of it. No backboard defense on that, but it works out, except for that they rotate out and leave an open net there. That's an issue that we've seen a few times in this match particularly. Issues with rotation, leaving open nets, and you know, Skutt has capitalized on those open nets so many times in this series and the last, so.
Do you feel like Grand Island Northwest is feeling the pressure just because it's the finals?
That's possible. You know, it is the finals, and Grand Island Northwest got first at state last year, so they've been in this situation before. But, you know, never against this team. This is their first year in the league, so it's hard to base how this game is going to go. But, you know, they might be, especially when Skutt has 2 more wins on their record, an equal amount of losses, but they know that Skutt has a little more experience in these kind of tournament locations. Blues hits it off the back wall into the midsection. Hey Nova tries to get on it, but Blues says no. Mystic tries to tap it in, doesn't quite connect. Hazard tries to get a touch, and it looks like they're triple committed. Laws recognizes this, tries to get a play. He's trying to bump Mystic, but Mystic is evasive there. Nova taps it up. Hazard misses. There's a demo. The goal is open. Wow. A slow goal, but a goal nonetheless. And GINW scores their first goal after 6 uncontested goals. A fine goal by Frosty. 1 minute left. Certainly enough time for a comeback, but it's not going to be easy. And both teams kind of just flying around, rotating around that ball there. Mystic tries to pressure that ball in. Not quite. Hazard jumps up, expecting them to make contact with the ball and hit it somewhere, but they don't. And Mystic with a shot, but Hey Nova is there, ready for it. And Blues gets it right off the post. You know, how many shots do you think they just got in a matter of 5 seconds? Was that 3 shots?
I think so, yeah.
A demo from Mystic on Hey Nova in their backfield. Kind of sets up Hazard for a shot here. Unfortunately not able to connect without sending that to the side where Hey Nova will capitalize on it. 10 seconds left. This game is over and done essentially with a 5-goal deficit in favor of Skutt. They're trying, but oh! And it's killed by Mystic, who ends up getting the MVP with 5 goals this game. So Hey Nova's 7-goal game is still perfectly safe for the tournament. His record this in the Division 1 series so far, but Mystic is approaching it with that 3-goal game last series and a 5-goal game this one. We'll see how it goes.
I gotta ready up.
There we go. Moving on in.
So do you think Grand Island Northwest is still going to be able to come back and win it?
I mean, crazier things have happened. It's impossible to tell.
You know, even with the one thing that's nice about Rocket League is that every game is 5 minutes, and you have time to sit back and think about what you could do better in each and every game.
Oh,
and
yeah.
That's probably what they needed. But Hazard with the goal.
A great fake by Hazard. Driving up with some speed, making everybody think he's going to blast it, and he just gives it a little bit of a love tap, sending it barely into the air.
You know, one thing that would be nice if I switched the stream over.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Well, you'll have to take our word for it. It was a pretty great goal. Hazard puts it into the corner after just scoring, trying to keep the ball away from their players, but it's right above the net. And one thing that Skutt has been doing a better job than GINW at this entire series is backboard defense. You know, if the ball goes up over the net, you want to make sure that it's cleared immediately. You don't want to give them any opportunities to smash it down, to smash it to the outfield like they did just there. And that almost results in another goal for Skutt. The clear almost results in a goal for Skutt. Frosty with the ball, center field, passes. Hazard catches it. Mystic puts it on. Laws catches it. Not stressing about that shot at all. He knows he can contest it. Mystic beats Hey Nova up to the ball for an aerial 50-50. Hazard wins the 50-50 there at center field. Mystic moving up on the ball, a center, and we'll see if Blues is able to put it in, and not quite. His angle on the ball was just a little bit off. Frosty and Nova bumping into each other in the backfield puts them in an uncomfortable situation, trying to move up with their teammates. Hazard again with the fake. He's been doing it all game with success. Hey Nova knows the kind of angle he has to hit here to tap that in, and he gets it just a little bit high to the point where Hazard is able to make the save. Hazard moving up the center. Laws making use of his handbrake there, knowing, hey, I can keep some momentum of this if I drift here and turn that into some forward stuff. A great shot by Hazard. Wow, we saw Blues moving on the side, drawing some attention, making them think he's going to try to scoop it into the net, but instead he jumps out of the way, and Hazard finishes the shot. And the attention garnered by Blues leaves a nice open net for Hazard to finish in. That's his second goal of the game. All
Mystic
two.
following it up, keeping the pressure on, and Hypernova was able to keep it on the wall, so he wasn't able to do anything with it.
Hey Nova, missing boost pads, sitting currently at 0 boost, and a great
And Laws wasn't
air
able to
dribble.
get the second touch on it.
Neither is Hazard. Mystic with a little bit of a wave dash, recognizing he's low boost and he needs to get to the ball pretty quickly. And
an own goal?
you know what? He's gonna let the second own goal of the series happen. He's just gonna carry it there slowly and wait for GINW to do the work for him.
That's very unfortunate.
Yeah, especially if you're Laws. That overtime own goal was off of his car. That one was his, and neither one was really a huge mistake on his part. Just a good play from Skutt here. And a great shot by Frosty. It's contested, but he puts it just to the side enough to the point where Skutt can't really stop it. Boom, right off the back of his car, knowing that the back of the car, the hood, the roof, all of it, especially the front, gives you more power, more momentum on a shot than anything like the tires will. Hazard wins the kickoff by leaps and bounds, sends it right into the backfield where Blues is able to contest, leaves an open net. Mystic tries to take a shot but ends up demoing instead.
And Hazard tried to get a pinch and wasn't able to quite get it.
Yeah, puts it kind of into an awkward spot for his team. And Hey Nova here, being mechanically crazy, centers the ball, but Frosty looks like he maybe doesn't quite want to move in on that, knowing that if he does, that's a triple commit, and that could be pretty dangerous for them. Mystic with a nice little fake there, tries to get a flick over the enemies. Not quite going to get away with it. Hey Nova, wow.
Was that almost an own goal again?
No, that was Hey Nova hitting it into the
Oh, I'm sorry.
It's tough to tell when the cars are moving like crazy. Mystic, how many goals is that for him this match here?
Mystic?
I think you can hold tab.
I am not able to hold tab.
Blues with the ball. Hazard gets a touch on it, but it's saved before they can really do anything. Mystic tries to pull a fake, but Frosty's been there before. Mystic has done that, and Frosty is now falling for it again twice. Blues tries to get a nice little air roll shot, putting a little bit of a flare, and not quite able to connect, but that little bit of a flare, that little bit of showmanship is something you can afford when you're up 3 goals with 30 seconds left. Mystic taking his time, which is interesting. Again, just trying to waste time, and an incredible shot by Laws, unable to connect with the net.
It looks like they're being able to take it upfield. Are they going to be able to get it? And no, they're not.
I think at this point, Mystic is just having fun, realizing that the next game is about to start. With a 3-goal lead, you know, taking some of the pressure off of the next series, they're just going to pass it around and enjoy themselves a little bit. At this point, it's this match is over. They're not playing competitively. They're just keeping themselves warm, keeping their minds clear.
And is that a win for Skutt? That is a win for Skutt?
There it is. That's the series. So Skutt will be your Division 1 Rocket League champions.
How does that make you feel?
I predicted that Skutt would lose twice now, and I was wrong twice. Skutt able to prove me wrong consistently, and I'm glad they did. Maybe that makes them the underdog in the story. So
Yeah,
I still win in a
just
little
being
bit.
able to watch the first series, being able to see Mystic to capitalize on a lot of goals and just being able to see them rotate, I just thought that they just played better. So
Yep, I would agree. Good game by both players, by both teams, everything there. And we will move on and get ready for the next stream, which will be Overwatch.